What is up, you guys? It is your boy John here from Puma Plow. Today is the day after the 12-hour stream, hence the no beard, guys. Hence the no beard. Thank you guys so much for helping me raise over $3,000 for Extra Life. That was just amazing. If you don't know what I'm talking about and would like to donate, Extra Life is an awesome charity that helps children's hospitals, and there will be a link down in the description of this video. You can click to go donate to Extra Life, guys. I would greatly appreciate it. But like I said yesterday on the stream, last night we hit over $3,000 to the charity, and it was simply amazing. So we're down here at the farm today. We had about 2.5 inches of rain down here, and so we cannot plow today, which is kind of unfortunate. We wanted to get the plowing done today, but we cannot do so. So instead of doing that, we've just been kind of piddling around in the shed with some different projects. So what I do have for you guys today is that we are going to load up all of the Christmas lights. It is time to take Christmas lights home. So holy jumping, let's go get into the grain bin that is behind me and you know, move some Christmas lights. Let's do it.
All right, you guys, John the voiceover guy here from Puma Plow. What is up, everybody? And we are currently putting steps down to get in the grain bin. Yes, I use a grain bin to store my Christmas lights. It just kind of works out because nobody uses this bin. They don't like to unload anything out of it. It is too slow for them these days. So they've not used this bin in many years. We do rent out the other bins occasionally in a really good year. If, you know, all the other stores just filled up, then somebody will rent out the other bins that we do have on the farm there, and they're tiny, so you know nobody really wants to mess with them anyway. And like I said, they are super slow to unload, so they don't really like using them just because of the slowness factor. So this one does have the sweep auger in the center still. This was actually like the quote drying bin that Grandpa had set up. He had a blower and a burner set up on this bin. He would dry his corn down with it, with this bin, move the corn over to the other bins, and then fill this bin with soybeans afterwards, because you didn't need to dry it. So yeah, so first things first, all the deer, I think I have like 9 or 10 of these wireframe deer. I have redone the lights on pretty much all of them. They are incandescent white on white, as I call them. White light, white wire, it's a thing. But some of these, like the one I'm handing out right now, I picked up 3 of them at a yard sale once that were just, actually I guess it was more than 3. I picked up 3 at one yard sale, like $5 a piece, and they were just, the lights sucked, but I didn't care about that. But they're massive. Some of these wireframe deer I have are just huge. These ones I'm carrying now are the smaller foldable ones. Not really a big fan of those. I prefer the older non-folding ones. They're just huge. There's hundreds of lights on the bigger ones. That was a couple years ago. We redid, I don't even know how many, like wire brushed them, primed them, painted them white, all new lights. I spent like days out in my garage putting all the lights on them because there's a lot on some of these bigger ones. You can see that one there has the red nose. We went ahead and put a C9 up there and gave him a little bit of a red nose, a little Rudolph style, shall we say. So yeah, and if I sound tired, guys, yes. I am voicing this over at 7:37 on this Sunday morning, the day that you guys are seeing this video. With all the Christmas light stuff I've been doing and trying to get my computer situated with my stream setup, it's been a little real lately and haven't had as much time as I have wanted to work on the farms and stuff. So yeah, but you know, we're making it happen. So yeah, it was kind of funny. We didn't do too much else down at the farm this particular Sunday. We worked on a project, and like I said earlier, piddled around in the shed with the project, but it was nothing really filmable. Sometimes stuff down there is just not really filmable, and that's just kind of the way it is. So yeah, Alright, so I believe now, by the way, that little set of stairs that we have there, best thing we've ever built. For getting in and out of this grain bin, because we do use it for storage, is just like the best thing ever. And it's quite nice to have the little set of stairs. Our grain bins do have stairs. That's actually where those stairs came from. We had some extras up in the loft of the shed from years ago, and yeah, so that is awesome. But it's super simple. It's just some old lawnmower wheels, and we made it work. So it's really cool. It's quite handy to have. These are those giant deer I'm talking about. They're just massive. I know I picked 3 of them up at a yard sale, and I don't know where the other ones came from. Maybe my sister-in-law, she's a yard sale person, loves the yard sale, and so maybe she got them for me. I'm not sure. Yeah, as long as they're in decent shape, I'll take pretty much any of them and put new lights on them and whatnot. So yeah, and they're huge. They're heavy too, between the wireframe themselves and the all the lights. They are very, very heavy. So like this one here is a real cheapo depot one, but you put enough lights on it, it looks fine. So yeah, he's even got like folding legs. He's so cheap. He's a very cheapo one. So I believe that one right there is my oldest one. I had a set of 4, like a big buck, a decent sized doe, and then I had a little buck and a little doe. Somebody stole the little doe, and ever since then I have upped my quote security measures, and I'm not really going to go into what I do, but I upped my security measures. That's all I have to say. Yeah, it's a lot better now, and we have definitely improved our security, because people are stupid, and I shouldn't have to up my security measures, but people are stupid, and people steal stuff from people, and that's just not right. So yeah, unfortunately has happened a few times. I had an inflatable walk away one time, which was like my favorite inflatable ever, and that one really got me. It was, the leg lamp from the Christmas Story. It was a like 5 foot tall inflatable leg lamp. It was super cool. I need to look online and see if I can find one, because like everybody was all about it, and yeah, it was super, super cool. So all right, so now I believe gonna go back in the grain bin, guys, here in just a second. Being in that trailer, I can't quite stand up, so it gets a little hard to breathe, and it's like, all right, I'm gonna take a breather. So I know there was a few minutes where I had to do that from time to time. And as you guys can tell, we use this to store some other stuff like firewood. We've got a firewood rack that sits up on blocks, so if it would flood, we hopefully wouldn't have to move all the firewood. There's actually logs laying back there too that have not been split. For firewood, it keeps it dry, keeping it in the grain bin here. So yeah, that entire bin is full of stakes that I use to secure stuff to the ground. That is part of the security measure upgrades. I spend a lot of time while putting the lights up just doing security measure type stuff. It's like I said earlier, it's very unfortunate that I have to do it, and it takes a lot of time, but I have to. So there's nothing worse than looking at your display and there's something missing. It's like, it's bad enough when a squirrel chews a wire on a strand of Christmas lights wrapped up around a tree or something, or out in the river, because those lights are kind of just laying on the ground, really. And squirrels will chew them up from time to time. It happens. So, here we go. Look at all the stuff we have put in the trailer. Multiple bins, just tons of stuff. And I know like none of my bins match. Yeah, you buy bins over the years, and stores are always changing out what kind of bins they have. So it is a thing. We used to go with like quote bigger is better bins, like that blue one there on the left. But you know, when you fill them up with like tube lights or whatever, they just get too heavy. So these black bins with yellow lids, I'm really a fan of. They're a thicker bin. The lids are a little cheesy. I've broken a couple of the lids, but the bin itself is really good. We picked up a bunch of them last year on clearance, I believe, because stores will tend to do that, where they have a lot of storage bins for Christmas, and then they'll move out. But like that one there, that bin is massive. Now it has inflatables in it, so it's okay because it's not that heavy. But some of those big blue bins, like the one I'm putting in now, or this one here, same thing. Those are my original Christmas light bins, so I need to probably get rid of those this year because they're getting very brittle, very, very brittle. So you can see I got my luminaries sitting there. We will be working on luminaries again. If you guys are curious, we'll cover it in a future on the farm video. But basically for Christmas Eve, you line the street with them, and they're just orange juice containers that we've cut a hole in, sandblasted to frost it. Looks really cool actually when they're all lit out in front of the house. So it's quite awesome, quite awesome. But here's some of my tomato cage trees. Basically, guys, take a tomato cage, turn it upside down, tie the legs that would be pointing up in the air at that point together, and wrap some lights on it. Looks actually really cool when you get it done. And it's one of the DIY things that I have built for the display. And I believe I'm up to like 8 or 9 or 10 or something. I don't know. I love them. The cool part to me is that like none of them match. They're all basically different lights, and you know, I'm always talking about buy lights that you can get on sale. Actually, those green lights on that tree, those are Halloween lights that I got at Sam's Club like way after Halloween one year, just because they were on sale, and I was like, hey, why not? They're on sale, so you know, pick them up. I'll use them for something. A lot of times when I pick up stuff on clearance, I don't know what I'm going to actually do with it. I hate to tell people that, but yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I'll figure out something to do with it later. I just know that, you know, they look cool, or whatever, and you know, usually they have to be, or anymore, it does have to be LED. I don't mess with incandescent stuff anymore, so I still have some incandescent stuff in my display, but if I'm going to buy anything, it has to be LED at this point. So yeah, it's just kind of a waste of money to buy the incandescent stuff at this point, and I don't have enough electricity to run it anyway, so it does take a lot of electricity, guys, to put on a show of 15,000 lights. I know there are a couple of you, or at least one of you out there, that does more lights, and I can't imagine the power that you're using. It really doesn't add up to be that much, like cost-wise, because you got to think we're only running for a couple hours a night, from 5 to 10 every night, so really not that bad. But it does take a fair bit of power, and we have to do some interesting, creative things to get all of the power that we need. That's about all I need to say about that, but very interesting things, so yeah. You know, might have to unhook something to hook something else up. I don't know. It's a whole thing. So here we're just loading in a lot of the different stuff. The blow mold Santa. My sister-in-law got me that from a thrift shop or a yard sale. I forget which one. And man, blow molds are just awesome to me, especially the older ones, like the Santa and Snowman that I have here. They're just so cool, and it just, I don't know, there's something like very classic looking about them to me. Yeah, they're super cool, and I like them quite a bit. I did get some penguins. They're newer blow molds. Got them from Menards a couple years ago. They do have them again. They're pretty cool looking. I put them in my river. Get it? Because they're penguins in a river. It kind of makes sense. Although this year with the penguin video going around, who knows? I'm sure some of you know what I'm talking about. So, but we're just about all loaded up here, and we'll be heading it home. and putting it in a undisclosed secure location, also known as the backyard. So, hope you guys enjoyed this little look into moving all of my Christmas lights. Holy jumping, there's so many. Thank you all so much for watching, and toodles.